Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with some more Rome 2 Siege action for you today, and we have a glorious 3v3 here that comes down to the wire. We have some excellent plays, some brilliant players, and I'm excited to see this one in action. So definitely get yourself some snacks, get yourself some drinks, sit back, relax, and prepare for some Rome 2 bloodshed. And yes, we have three strong factions here. I mean, I wouldn't say one of them is that strong on the attack. I mean, Saba is here on the attack, joined by Rome and Egypt. I feel like Saba a bit more of a defensive faction if you're going to do a siege with them, but we'll see how they do here today on the attack. And we have some Hastati here that are getting absolutely peppered down by Javis here. They're actually, getting focused down, and Macedon is ready to receive those Hastati as they go through the breach. We also have Getae, or I'll probably end up calling them Dacia, and we have Kush here as well on the defense. Some really strong factions on the defense as well, so I'm really excited to see how this one goes down. But yeah, the first bit of engagement is going to be Rome versus Macedon. The Hastati going in first, weakening up that defense before you send in the more elite legionaries that will be coming up, I'm sure, very soon. We've got, Hastati along this entire line, in fact. And then behind, it looks like we've got lots of Eagle cohort, and there are, in fact, Praetorians waiting in the back lines as well. And I'm very excited to see how this one goes on. I'm most intrigued about how Saba's going to be used. Obviously, we know what Rome and Egypt are like on the attack. They're both very strong. And Saba, not so much. You can put it that way. Why is there like a Praetorian all the way over here? Oh, there's two, in fact. They've got a lot of Praetorians, in fact, in this game. 5 units of Praetorians. So, yeah, they're going with a cheaper first wave, and then, like, the second. And then, the second and third wave are much stronger from Rome. So, like, the Eagle cohort and the Praetorians, they'll be the ones that do the heavy lifting. The Hastati are just there to soak up the fire. There are some Eagle cohort already in there, actually. And these guys are losing. And they're losing to just, like, mercenary axes and militia hoplites. So yeah, definitely weaker units than the Romans here. Fight and defend for your eagle, men of Rome. Rome knows no such thing as defeat, only victory. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this one goes, finishes. Like I said, it has a very, very tight finish. Apparently a couple of units remain standing, and that is it. Yeah, an excellent Rome 2 siege, that is for sure. We've got some Sabaean swords that look like they're going in now. And we have got Eagle cohort that are being broken. Here looks like the Javis of the Kushite slaves here have done their work. And Javi into the side. And in fact, we also got archers as well, further back as well, firing. You've got Kushite archers as well, also putting some fire onto these Sabaean swords here. Really, onto these Eagle cohort. I guess also onto the Sabaean swords. But yeah, Saba really in there now. I mean, they're stacking up units. Like, Rome's still got his Hastati in there, and Saba's throwing in his swords. It's a little bit much, might be a little bit much blobbing, but, you know, the defenders are doing it as well. They've got, like, multiple units blobbed up going into choke points. So both sides could really take advantage of that blobbing up if they wanted to. So they just need to focus fire in a certain area with archers. You could kill hundreds of men easily. Hastati still over here holding the line, fighting against Kush. Kush is a very good counter to Rome, if you're unaware of that. Kush has like Shotel warriors with their like curved swords, and they are got some really good armor piercing. Along with like I think the it's the disciples of Adepemnak or something like that. They've also got like really high melee attack and armor piercing. So yeah, very useful against heavily armored factions like Rome and Egypt, really, to be honest. Saba's probably a good counter in a way to Kush because they don't have as much armor, but their infantry kind of still sucks. I still think they'd lose in a fight. That's the problem. The best factions to counter Kush is like the Celtic ones, because they have low armor, but they've also got really good melee attack themselves. Or just bring Kush to counter Kush. That's always a way to do it as well. Got some Kushite slaves over here starting to waver. They're starting to be pushed back, it seems. Mercenary Axe warriors here as well, losing to Eagle cohort, who are also losing. I mean, that is how war goes. Everyone's a loser. No one really wins. Everyone just ends up dying. Certainly in big siege battles like this, where it comes down to the last man. Does anyone really win? I mean, I guess if the attackers, when they get a city, could they hold it really if they had lost their entire army? Who knows? And the defenders can't... I guess the defenders have a better chance of winning if you look at the bigger picture, because they hold their city still and they've killed all the invaders. There are spears in here though. They're jabbing to the back of noble swords. Really good unit to hit. And we've got these mercenary axe warriors. They're chasing down Eagle Cohort. I don't know why they're not just turning around facing the axe warriors. They can take these guys easily. Not if they run away, they're like that, and they're losing decisively. They probably lost a lot of men unnecessarily for that. First breach point that looks like it's going to be claimed pretty easily over on this side is this flank here. We've got the mercenary axes. They are losing, and then you've also got the Kushite slaves dying as well. The first choke point that I think has been claimed on this side is the one that Egypt has here. They've got a lot of infantry already inside, and they're battling away with Getae pretty effectively. Getae using his heavy bows, which are a solid bow unit, focusing down the backs of these thorax, probably getting a lot of kills. And in come those shots. It's already like piles of bodies mounting up here. Some friendly fire with those archers, but it's definitely worth it. They were killing a lot of thorax down there. I mean, how many kills these guys already got? 77, 64. Pretty good. I mean, do let me know in the comments as well. Would you rather the stats staying up? Some people prefer that. Some people like don't want it up. I personally find like it gets in the way a little bit. But if you guys would rather have the stat, like me, keep the stats up so you can compare like what units have and how many kills they have, do let me know in the comments, and then I can always make a change for future videos. Yeah, the thorax, they're going to break through, but they lost a lot doing that. And that's how the defenders are going to have to win the siege. They're going to have to obviously try and just make sure that their units that they use are just far more effective. Because they're out. I honestly thought that unit was going to pull through. They're outmatched in sort of funds, so they need to make sure that what funds they do spend, they spend them wisely and effectively on good units that are going to hold the wall. I mean, sometimes like bringing in a small elite army works, and sometimes just spamming out a lot of stuff that can easily hold the line is also a good tactic. Yeah, these noble swords here, one of those elite units that'll hold for a long time. They're killing off Eagle Cohort easily. They're also about to try and recharge these Surios. They're so good they're going to try and take on 2 units at once. There you go, noble swords. They are starting to lose now because they're fighting 2 different units and they're getting focused down as well by those Cretans. They're clearly seeing that as a prime target to take out. I mean, there's still plenty of other noble swords back here. And they're actually, like, for a heavy melee infantry unit, they're not, like, too expensive. I think they're, like, around about 1,000. Played as a Galatia, though. You get, like, legionaries for 700, which is probably the best value for money when buying very heavy infantry. Thorax are also very heavy, but I honestly don't believe that they are. They should be heavy. If anything, these guys die so quickly. Fighting on the walls as well up here. We've got noble swords up here. 105 of them. They're taking out a... I thought this was a missile unit. It's actually just Kranian Axemen. They're battling for the walls, which I didn't think they were going to do. I thought they were just going to fight in the choke points. But the defenders, they're trying to mix up their defense. Gotta hold that line. Hold it a little longer. Sabra's brought cavalry as well. He's brought the camel cataphracts. I don't know how well these are going to do. This is why I was thinking they'd be a better defending force, because you could sally out with your very elite cavalry and you could do a lot of damage. On the attack, using these camels inside, it's going to be tough. But the attackers, they have won this choke point here. At what cost, though? The next line of defense is Showtells in a V for victory formation. So they are prepared there. They're just going to try and get crossfire with those Javis when they come in. Mastodon down here is throwing, it seems like his whole army to challenge Saba right now. At least Saba's easy to identify. They're just in bright green. It's just a battle of strength. Who's got the more men to throw in this choke point really is. Since Sabaean archers going in there, they need to get out of there. They are probably not out of ammo. So he needs to be careful with just sending those in. They might just get caught in combat. We have Praetorians as well in here now. So the Romans aren't messing around. I feel like these Praetorians could flank around here. I feel like there's nothing back here. I mean, there's a few thorax apparently. So it seems like Macedon does have a few reserves. But yeah, they could just flank around. It seems as though... well, you can't just go through this road here. But you can flank around over here. Seems like the defenders have not put anything there, really. Maybe they're just trying to take out more of these Macedonians. Well, we've got Praetorians down here as well in the fight. You can identify them by their bright purple capes, which is really be bright white. So they're elite troops here, the men that guard the Emperor, have been sent into battle. I mean, I think these Macedonians are holding for now. They are losing. Well, they're all Peltas aren't. They're actually healthy as well. The Sabaean archers getting onto the wall up here, which is good to see. Now they're going to be able to get good angles down here. I mean, we'll look from their sort of perspective. They can just shoot straight down into any of these Macedonian units down here if they're going to. But I think they're actually going to duel with the basic archers up there. And it looks like Rome as well is actually going to... He's going to bait in these Shotel units, I think, with his little Hastati. He's like, just shoot my little Hastati. I don't care about them. The choke points over here, though, after Egypt seemed like he's making progress. It started to falter a little bit. Rome having to send in more of his prized Praetorians here. I think you need about 5 or 6 units, and I think at least 2 or 3 are in combat already. They'll hold the line for a while. I mean, there's noble swords as well. I think they'd outmatch most things, but not the Praetorians. To be fair, they're losing themselves. I think it's just because of Javi fire. Yeah, noble swords over there. I mean, you've actually got the general for Dacia going in as well. So it seems like Dacia is just going to throw it all in. We've actually got a Galatian Royal Guard down here as well. These are the most elite swords for Egypt. These Celtic warriors that are fighting for Egypt being sent in, and they're having to kill some of their own barbarian kin. It looks like they're going to be wiped out there, the Galatians. That's sad to see. I don't know if they've got any more. We've got side chariots back here. I don't know how well they're really going to do on the attack anyway. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better bringing like an elephant unit or something like that, but it's hard to say. It really is. It looks like these defenders, though, aren't going to be giving up these like defense at the wall. It seems like this is where they want to hold. They don't really care about retreating to the final point by looks of it, which is all the way back here. It looks like, yeah, Rome and Egypt is in a bit of a stalemate now with Kush. To be honest, I just deal with Getae and deal with Macedon. Like, defeat them in detail, then go and finish Kush, and whatever else is remaining of the other two's reserves. They're fighting on in this breach point here. Looks like the Egyptians are going to get pushed out, though. Galatians are losing. Dorios there. They're coming in to support their barbarian allies. We also have Royal Thorax swords. I don't know why you bring Royal Thorax. These guys are not that great. They're being sent in. The Royal Thorax is surrounding these nobles. Oh jeez, what a volley from the Thorios. Going in, doing a really good volley onto his nobles, and they'll help break them there. Looks like the Getae general had enough, and he retreated. They have got some other units back here. They got some Falksmen as well, which these guys have incredibly high melee attack, 38, and their charge bonus is 48 as well. So I mean, they are pretty good, but they're very vulnerable to missiles. So we'll have to see how those guys can do. And it looks like finally there's been a push over here. We actually have a cavalry charge going in, or I should say a camelry charge. It looks like I feel like they kind of, I don't know, maybe pulled through a little bit there. I feel like to get to where they are now. But they have just broken through on this side here. Rome with his Praetorians going up, dealing with these Shotels, and the Sabian camel cataphracts in there doing what work they need to do. They've got both units in there, my gosh. They can cause a lot of damage to these Shotels as they retreat, to be honest. And you can see Rome as well pushing on this side here against Macedon, going after the Thorax with his Eagle cohort. Clash of two Titans going in once again. These guys have unfinished business after their wall fight. It looks like the general retreat has been called by the defenders. It's like code red, we've been broken through. We need to get back now to the second line of defense. And obviously now it's the time of the attackers to try and stop as many defenders getting back, make their attack a bit easier, and making sure as few defenders get back to a base as possible. That camel charge, devastating, doing a lot of damage there. And yeah, I don't think that unit's going to get back. I mean, they can try and keep chasing these Shotels, but there is a wall of Thorax being formed over here. Maybe the camels can try and catch some of these other like Shotels over here as they keep running back. There's a bunch of archers over here as well from Dacia that are running in the direction of their base. Still fighting in this gate. I thought this was done. Galatians finally doing a little rear charge there, killing them off. What have we got for a general for Ptolemaic Cav for Egypt? I mean, they've got a Royal Marib cavalry. That makes sense. The cav is probably their strongest thing. The camels going in, doing a pretty good charge again onto those Shotel. The problem is they are definitely pulling through. He just pulled through again. He didn't knock the unit over, but he is just pulling through. And not a fan of that. I know he's trying to stop as many units as possible, but there is gaps you could use. Or he has to kill this other unit first. I mean, otherwise, what's the point in defending? If you're just going to pull through an enemy defense, it's not worth it. I mean, he should lose some cataphracts for it. He's lost about 9. Doesn't seem like he's lost that many, to be honest. Rear charge onto these noble swords. Oh, they turned to the last minute. Okay, he did plow down that unit. See, now he could go through. I feel like he knocked the majority of that unit over. Unlike the Shotels. I think this camel unit is going to be killed off now because they're going backwards and forwards, bouncing off these units, and they're getting chopped down. Or at least it looks like they are, sort of. Yeah, these cavalry, yeah, the camels, they're just getting mowed down. And starting to tire as well, which is probably not helping. Oh, a charge of the rear lines of some hoplites here. Probably one of the best ways to kill these guys. Do a nice little cavalry recharge. I don't know. I mean, they need to keep this cav alive. It could be useful. Rome still seems relatively healthy. Still got a decent amount of healthy Praetorians. After committing so many, I felt like. They still got a few Eagle cohort as well. I mean, these guys are... This is the most intense fight I've ever seen between these two. Look at them. They're just standing looking at each other. It's like, oh, I guess I'll do something. There you go. Javi's going in. Thorax is going to try and do their bit. Seems like maybe Macedon's a bit more concerned about the cav. I'm not really sure. Rome's general's getting a little bit close to the front line. That Legatus there. He needs to be careful. But yeah, not much going on just yet. So I'm going to make a quick cut. And I'll see you when the next battle lines sort of begin. Okay, so we didn't need to wait long. It was literally after I just said that. The Romans just charged in. It looked like they were going to be patient and wait. But nope, the Praetorians gone straight on in to these Thorax down here. It should be an easy win for Rome. We'll just turn around and get a... maybe it's no brighter, but there you go. Get a bit of a bird's eye view. The Praetorians here can just push back these Thorax. One thing I've realised that the attackers haven't brought is pikes. So they could get scuppered there if the defenders have even brought one unit of pikes, which I'm kind of banking on, you know, with Macedon in the game, that we might have a pike unit. But yeah, I've yet to see any Egyptian pikes. Obviously Rome can't bring in Sabacan either. But so that's kind of a concern for the attackers, how they're going to break through if there is a pike line. There might not be. They might be lucky. But usually... most Rome 2 sieges, you see at least one pike unit. Shota warriors, they're going to support these Thorax here. Looks like, yeah, it's the same on the other side. Instead, they're armored Shotels, which are the big scary ones that Kush can bring. These guys here are very, very nasty. Got 40 melee attack, weapon damage at 50. And you've got a good melee defense as well, so they'll hold for a while. And they've got some solid armor and morale. So yeah, good unit. And they've got the Falx is back here as well. So it's going to do a lot of damage, I imagine, with these few units. What is the general? Oh, he's a shield bearer. Okay, maybe Macedon didn't bring any pikes then. Unless... No, that's the hoplite that's looking the other way now, protecting its rear. Oh, it's getting focused down, though. That was a brutal volley there. As the Credence fire into the front of them. They really should shoot the back of that thorax. They break through that with these civilian swords and Roman infantry here. Then they can just descend on that hoplite easily and kill it off. It seems like the second line defense set up by Macedon very quickly is going to crumble just as quickly. It seems like as well we're going to see chariots maybe go in. Yep, here they go. There you go. They're not slowing down. Don't know how as smart an idea it is for them to go into hoplites. They just went into the back of those thorax and helped break them. The chariots are in there. They're doing some damage, I imagine, but they're going to kill 10. They're really not doing a lot. They need to you need to keep them moving constantly just to try and do damage. The hoplite's just going to stand looking the other way as the Romans just bite them in the ass with these scythe chariots as well. It's like one of the slowest and just like I don't know if chariots really work in this game. Like I mean, look at them mowing down. Surely these spikes aren't even spinning to do any damage. You just be like, oh, I guess I should get out of the way of that. It's going so slow. It'd be easy also to just kill them. They're certainly one of those units that you need to be very good with if you want to use them, chariots. They do take a bit of skill. Looks like the Egyptian player might need to do a little bit more practice with them. But he also is charging a hoplite wall, which is pretty tough. But certainly shouldn't have been a reason to bring in the scythe chariots anyway. You'd save them for later on. Maybe when you get to this final defense, send them down these sneaky little paths at the back. That'd be that's a good way to send them in. Just send them straight down here. Most of down. I mean, they'd be good on those Falx units. Yeah, I think finally we're going to see the hoplites break in a second. Looks like the Royal Marib Cav's going to get the honor of doing the job. So yeah, Sabba's General going to charge head on into spears, and there he goes. But it doesn't really matter because the hoplites are just about to break, or at least it seems like they're going to. Camel cataphracts come in as well. Seems like they didn't get disturbed at all by the general pulling out. And there you go, the hoplites are gone, and now we can move on to the final layer of the defense, which is going to be Macedon, Kush, and Getae at this final spot here at I believe this is Antioch. I was actually just trying to think what battle map this is, but of course it's Antioch with a big plateau up here that they have where you can just use your archers and burn through your ammo very easily. But again, I'm going to make a quick cut. I don't know how quickly the attackers are going to go in. This is going to take a little bit more thought to assault, so I'll see you guys in a moment. So, the successor kingdoms have clashed down here. We have Egypt and Macedon both battling for this choke point here. We have some Thurios and some Thorax going in. And over on this far side here, we have the Romans taking on the Macedonians once again. They have like a rivalry or something in this here. These two have been just like battling it out every stage of the siege so far. Looks like Sab is already going for that early look to see whether he can get around the back with his camel cataphracts. And it might be a little early to try that. There are some Kushite archers still alive, including a general Kushite archer. So that might be an easy kill potentially for those camel cataphracts. If they can get him behind, that is. I'm sure they're protecting that back line. It'd be foolish not to. Getae setting in its noble swords as well. Whether they could flanking shoot with some archers or some infantry here to the side of these thorax, that would maybe really help. But they're going to retreat the Eagle cohort, I think, because yeah, the Praetorians are going to just jabby these guys and just do what damage they can. There you go, the pillar flying in, picking off men here and there. I mean, these archers over here, whether they have ammo left, I don't know. Easy way to tell is if they've got their swords out. which looks like these auxiliaries do, and also I imagine these Sabaeans have their bows out, in fact. Oh, so they have ammo. I'd definitely be trying to shoot in some of these choke points, get some flanking shots. Looks like Saba's going to do just that with his Mazgat Marauders there, into the side with the jabbies. Oh, jeez, getting some good shots. That's for sure. Really nicely done there. It looks like he's now going to have his Mazgat Marauders as his mainline infantry as Saba, and they're silver chevrons, so they're good. Do remember these Mazgats being relatively solid, so I'll have to see how they do in combat. But again, the attackers have been repulsed. Thorax here, holding the line, and now Egypt's going to match them with their own Thorax. Then go the armored showtails now. So we're seeing the heavy boys going in now. And these are the ones that are going to cause lots of problems for the attackers, I imagine. I'm expecting a lot of kills for these guys. Can't miss them as well in their golden armor. But yeah, the two choke points are just holding on here. I mean, in fact, Macedon's retreated a little bit. He's just, you know, didn't want to get jabbed in the side. He did lose the majority of that unit there. You can see them all just dead and dying down there. So it seems Rome is just going to carry on his assault like nothing had happened, like he wasn't already losing. And now he's going to go in against fresh Shotel infantry. We got some Mazgat Marauders as well. They're going to challenge these Shotels here on the flank, and that's a good volley of jabbies by the Mazgats. Hit these guys hard. And like I said, I wonder if Saba's going to be the secret weapons dealing with Kush. We'll have to see. It seems like Rome's going to just keep retreating. Egypt's on this side now facing off against the Shotels. And now they should start to do a lot of that nasty work to these Shotels. And Egypt retreats. Cowards, stand and fight against the Shotels of Kush. Looks like the attackers, I feel like, are just a little bit worried. Maybe they're just like, oh, we're taking a bit more casualties than we had expected. They don't have masses of infantry left. They've got a good reserve of Praetorians here. They've got, yeah, I mean, Egypt's got a couple of Thorax by the looks of it, and a Royal Thorax, but nothing incredible. It's really going to be Rome and Saba that's going to do the heavy lifting by the looks of it. Units winning decisively, they were. For a small moment. I feel like these Shotel units they could break through these. 1767 now. They could definitely do the damage there. Noble swords behind their waiting though, so they've got a good like back line. But yeah, oh, there is actually there's a lot of armored Shotels over here. So yeah, they're definitely not going to be breaking through the sneaky side. They have been revealed. It looks like we've got Saba capturing. Are these guys out of ammo? Please tell me they are, because otherwise, yeah, they're out of ammo. Thank gosh. Just captures this gate for no reason otherwise. Looks like he's going to use the, maybe trying to use the towers to shoot these Shotel. Don't know if that'll work. I don't know. Saba on this side is making another attack. It seems like both sides now being very nervy in their attacks. Neither side wanting to overcommit, but it looks like that might be exactly what the Noble Sword's going to do. Galatians now, they're going to go in. Ripping piece of that guy just getting stabbed through the chest. Ran all that way just to die. Now we've got Praetorians coming up. They're going to go in. See where they go in. I think they're going to go and just try and just wipe out these Shotels. They need to do something. And this is certainly the weakest of the two sides now. This is not working out at all. And oh my, do these Dacians still have ammo? No, they got their swords out. That's always a good sign for the defender, for the attackers, sorry. Imagine if these guys still had ammo and they were just firing down into the choke point. It would be over for the attackers. It would be over. And in go these armored Shotels. They're just battling for this choke point like brutally. It really has been a brutal fight here. The spear and swords just... I mean, these are trash, to be honest. They're not going to do a lot. We've got archers still firing in. It's already Syrians here firing down. Looks like, yeah, they're really blobbing up on this side here. Mazgat Marauders, they're going in. Going to try and take out these units. I don't think they're going to be able to break through. They're low armored though, so the Shotels shouldn't have as great effect against them as other units. And they're going to go in against. So they're going to cycle charge. Okay, this is the tactic that Saba's gone with. I don't know if it will work. I'm never a big fan of the cycle charge because you do lose men every time you pull out a combat. And I'd rather just stay in there. But I guess if it's a losing fight and your unit also benefits from charge bonuses, it might be worth it. Falksman coming forward, though. Now would be the time for these Syrian archers, if they had ammo, to fire down. But I don't think they have any, do they? Yeah, these are the ones that run out of ammo. Maybe the Camel Cataphracts are going to need to charge in, counter these Falksmen. Maybe that's why Dacia's sending them forward. He knows that there's no missile capability on this side here. There is side chariots coming up, so who knows. But yeah, here goes Dacia. He's going to go in and he's going to try and just slice and dice these Sabaean archers up, and in he goes. Slice and dice, boys, slice and dice. Wasn't the greatest of charges. I feel like they got stopped by their own allies. Apart from that though, they've done well. They've killed that unit. Are they going to commit any further? No, it seems like that was enough for them. And they didn't lose a man, so it's a win, I guess. Still no progress over here, just a lot of dead men, including some Mazgat Marauders. And this is on this flank here. Dacia is just going to go into the long haul here. Mazgat Marauders actually winning against the Dacians. And also we've got some armored Shotels down here. They're doing just fine, it seems. It's just going to be a blooming slog to try and get through this. They've just got to hope that what they have left, the attackers, is enough to break through. I personally feel like the defenders have got a good amount of men left to hold this fight. Militia hoplites there. I mean, a cheap spear that might be just what the defenders need later on if it does come down to the wire. Imagine if they're the ones that win it for them. The It's not one yet, all lost by either side. It's still very, very close. Oh, have we got disciples of better pan map? No, just I think the officer maybe has the. I saw this guy with the oh, he just died with the lion on his head. And I was like, I think the disciples. They don't. And here we go. This is now a full-blown fight. Rome's coming in as Praetorians. You can't pull out of this one. This is a full-blown battle now, and it seems as though they're getting attacked on multiple sides here by Dacians and Kushite troops. The Praetorians, yeah, they're losing, but they're also inflicting a decent amount of damage onto other troops. The Mazgats, they're going to keep cycle charging. If I was the Roman player, I would get furious at that. I'd like, just stay in combat, Saba. My men are dying here. Looks like the answer, instead of Mazgat troops, is going to be more Praetorians. They're moving up into the back lines there. And also Saba's bringing forward his cataphracts. Where he plans to use those, I don't know. What they need as well is ammo. The attackers need some archers with ammo. But yeah, reinforcements of Praetorians going in. Oh, and Saba sending in his camels. I really hope they don't pull through, because there's no way they can. Like, there's no gap for them to go through. So it would be for sure a pull through. So yeah, just get out of there, Saba. You're not doing anything there. What they need to do is try and try this defense. So eventually, yeah, I mean, they're bringing Praetorians over to this side. Not a bad idea. Bleed this side dry of defenders. Oh, sorry, not this side over here of defenders. So then the sneaky little path is weakly defended. And then you can just slam in the cavalry. And there you go. That's how you got to do it. Yeah, the Romans are fouling in there. They should win that one fairly easy. It's only thorax. Nothing impressive. Looks like the Romans and the Sabaeans over here are making progress, though. Scout Marauders, don't know where they're going, but they are getting very much tied down in here, and they're losing because of it. I'm trying to make sure they're not pulling through. The Romans down here, yeah, they're just cutting through these shotels. Got the Falxmen over here. In prolonged melee, these guys aren't great. They are a shock unit at the end of the day. And there you go, another Mazgat Marauder gone. Got the cavalry now slamming in over here. Really good charge there by the camels, and they're just going to carry on through. I don't know if they really should have, but they have just carried on through. They knocked over that unit fair enough, but the thorax behind they didn't. And they're going to go into the Kushite general. Nice charge there. And that is obviously the prime target they're trying to go after, get his Royal Kushite archer. They kill him, and the morale for Kush will go down, and Kush has a sizable amount of troops left. He is wavering, and you can see that the Sabaean Cav, yeah, they're still alive. I thought I couldn't see their marker, but they are still alive. Still got 28 men, and they're going to try to do some damage. Also, the Scythe Chariots went in here. They did not get many kills. They got like 60 kills at tops. They do get kills still while routing, which is cool as well. I mean, they would. Makes sense. Yeah, the cavalry here starting, or the camelry, I should say. They're starting to break. And I don't think they have another one. Just have their general left now. The other camel unit spent as well. So if they want to go for this Royal Kushite general, it's going to take either archers or another suicidal cav charge. But I mean, that cav seems to just shaking up the defenders. They're now just getting fully into the fight. They're not allowing any sort of cavalry charge to take place. They're like, screw it, we'll fight your infantry. They're throwing in everything now, are the Romans. Everything in the kitchen sink. They've got archers in there. The general's moving up as well. He's getting closer and closer to that front line. Maybe he fancies a little fight. The general for Egypt has been into a fight at some point. He's lost some men. But he also has a solid cav unit. Looks like the pressure on this side going well. Roman troops actually beating the armor shotels here, it seems. That is a concern for Kush. That shouldn't really be happening, but it is happening. these Romans holding on to, going to keep on fighting here. I love the Centurion. He looks awesome. Look at him. Fight on, men. A grizzled veteran of many campaigns. Oh, he's dead. Got noble swords. We've got the general for Gede now in here. He's losing. See, like I think he's flanking actually, so he is kind of vulnerable. The Royal Thorax trying to challenge him, and the Egypt general keeps charging him as well. And I don't know if it's really achieving much. He's just charging in the back of his own allies. It's a bit messy in this choke point, I won't lie. It's kind of hard to tell who's who and where they're supposed to be exactly. Yeah, they just keep cycle charging. All you're doing is charging the back of your own men. This isn't working. Pull out your own troops if you're going to do this. But they're making steady progress now, the attackers. Steady progress, even if it's by some really wild, like, decisions here. I mean, they haven't got much infantry left, though. That's the problem. They're all losing on this flank here. But to be fair, there isn't much left for the defenders either. They've committed everything. All the Praetorians are losing. So much for being the Emperor's finest. They're losing every single fight they're in. I mean, they're also the Emperor's finest betrayers. They keep killing Emperors. Oh, Cav's got in it. What? How's this Cav got in? That's what I want to know. I didn't even see this. But the Royal Marab Cav's down here. Saba's Cav is down in the back lines trying to route stuff. This is probably the death of Saba's Cav, though. Or like Saba's general. He's going to get surrounded by units down here. We've got a militia hoplite coming in. How the heck did this guy get inside? Oh, there's a gap in the line here. Because also the Egyptian general's in here now. Okay. That's huge. Yeah, there is. That's fair enough. That is actually a pretty decent gap. The Romans have managed to split them off. I don't know what Macedon's general's doing, but he's not really engaging anything. He's just kind of being stood here, protecting the flank. And there's still a gap that the attackers could get through. Okay, and now we're going to see the Ptolemy Cav go to the back lines here. They're going to take out those thorax, and they'll even plow through to the Chotels, who are back to combat. Even whether that will stick around, I don't know. They still need to kill this general here for Kush. If they can kill him, that'll be a huge win. I mean, there's a lot of archers down here as well that the Royal Marab Cav and this Ptolemaic Cav could run down if they wanted to. They just need to kill lots of stuff. Like, don't need to kill infantry. Kill all the archers. Just go for army losses. You can do a lot of damage with army losses. Every charge, the Dacians are gonna it's gonna hurt. Got the legate in here as well. He's actually trying to sneak around. Really nice in there by Rome. Legatus, though, is not as great in combat, so we'll see what he does. If he charges into any of these fights, then he might die pretty quickly. And Rome, kind of what remains of the infantry, really. Chotels here getting surrounded. They fought on hard, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. I think a general might have just died. I think Rome might have just lost his general, but I'm not sure. No, someone lost their general, though. Kush. Not a clue, but something happened over here. Maybe Egypt lost his general. Oh yeah, Egypt just lost his general. It's fine. Egypt's got nothing left. Bar his Cav. If anything, it means it can be more aggressive with it. But they are starting to mow down the Kushite general, and they are just running through archers as well. But the general over here, the Royal Marab Cav, he's got not many men left. He also might be about to die. Oh, he has also died as well. So Sabas lost his general. So yeah, this is a very risky move here, as all sides are losing their generals. Dacia has also lost his general, so that's a big problem there. These archers won't hold, certainly in a Cav charge like this.
Yes, Commander.
There you go, lots of routing taking place. Army losses might come into place now for the defenders at some point. Balance power, it's slightly in favor of the attackers, but they're still not out of it yet. The defenders can turn it around. There you go. Looks like the general for Dacia has been defeated. Rear charges did the damage. Shield bearers here still healthy, 129 of them. And that militia hoplite as well, trying to retreat, trying to hold the point here for his team. You're going to see a rear charge from the cav over here. If they can rout these infantry units, this should really help the cause. Keep running them down, boys. And there you go. I mean, the shotels are wavering. The thorax are broken. It looks like it might just be about done. If they can get the general, I think that will be it. Got slingers still firing. Where are they firing from? I think it was slingers. Anyway, yeah, here. Slingers for the cyber player. He's still got most of the archers. Why he didn't use these guys earlier, I don't know. They may be losing, but the shield bearers here, they're going to keep on fighting. And they're going to keep killing a bunch of these Sabaean infantry. And this is going to be a problem trying to take out this militia hoplite on his own. I mean, they haven't got much infantry left, like I said. Praetorians here are weak. Maybe they're going to need those these archers, these slingers that the Saba has. They might be needed. General here, still alive as well. He's just popping raised banner. We've got the Royal Marab Cav here, waiting for the right opportunity. They need to just engage this with the Praetorians. Oh, but look at this. Macedon has come down the slope and is in fact engaging the Romans. Maybe he's hoping that if he can just break through all these units here and then get to back to the final cap point. I don't know. Whatever he's trying. Oh no, his shield bearer's dying. He should have just stayed by a wall or something. Just had his back to the wall and just stood his ground there. But it looks like Macedon is going to break. And look at what is left for the attackers. Truly not a lot. A costly victory indeed for Rome and its allies. So yeah, this one was sent in by Gamerman, who was playing as Rome. So thank you very much for sending that one in, man. Very much appreciated. His general getting 177 kills right at the end there. I think there was a fair bit of farming involved. 120 kills with the Syrian archers, did a very good job. I'm surprised he didn't bring an extra bow unit or something, or range unit. Could have been very handy. His Eagle cohort, one getting 4, 5, 8 kills. My gosh, that's nearly 500 kills. Did very well. 270 with another one. And the rest doing relatively pretty well. The Hastati, they're getting at tops 85 kills. They were really a meat shield going in. And the Praetorians all getting over 200 kills. 302, 307, the top two. Incredible kills for these guys. Then we have Adila Zrei, who was playing a Saba. 229 kills with his Marab cavalry there. 108 with the Sabaean swords. 114, 170, 204 actually with these Sabaean swords. Did okay. His Mazgat marauders getting 128, 163, 269 kills and 190. Some solid kills there as well for Saba. I mean, both Saba and Rome getting over 3k kills. Very much outscoring Egypt. 245 kills for the Sabaean archers here, doing a very good job. And then the camel cataphracts, one of them getting 306 kills. Then we have Dom playing as Egypt. 198 kills for the Ptolemaic Cav. Then 143 with the Cretan archers here. Then we have the Galatian Royal Guard getting 139 kills. 198 with the Royal Thorax Swords. And then Thorax Swords here getting 225. It's the best of the bunch. The rest doing pretty awful. And the Storos down here getting 109. Then we have Chudbo playing as Kush. 105 kills with his general here, who's a Kushite archer. And then you got the other Kushite archers here getting 140, 115. And yeah, the Royal Kushites doing well, getting 195. Then we have the Armored Shotels getting 175 kills. I think it's the best of the bunch. Oh no, 223 there. So yeah, not insane, but all doing pretty well. All getting over 100 kills, which is good. To see Kushite slave infantry getting 75 kills. I think the best of the bunch there is Shotels getting 149. And then we have Akalava playing as Gete. His noble swords did very, very well. He spammed these guys out and they got great kills. 236 kills, 304, 323. Some really good kills there, 278. His Falksman getting 130 kills. And then the Bowman down here getting 132, the best of the bunch. Then we have Russian Potato playing as Macedon, 140 kills with the shield bearers, 123 with the archers, His Royal Peltas getting 242 kills, and then his Thorax getting 112, 113, the best of the bunch. Actually, no, it's 185 down here. I can see. So yeah, some pretty good kills there for both sides. I mean, especially Rome and Saba both getting 3k kills. But yeah, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment show your support, and I'll see you in the next one.